What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen Nero, back with another review. Today we gotta talk about Mortal Kombat 1 and why it's my favorite fighting game in recent memory and why it's a masterpiece in my humble opinion and in my eyes. First, I want to give a little background with Mortal Kombat and fighting games as a whole. I'm not some huge professional fighting gamer, you feel what I'm saying? And to be honest, I'm actually far from it. I grew up playing Shaolin monks when I was younger. Mortal Kombat 9 prior to Mortal Kombat 1 was actually my favorite MK of all time. Tekken, played a bit of that, and a little bit of Street Fighter as well. But most of my time playing those games as a kid was really getting my ass beat by my uncles and my older cousins. MK1 is the first fighting game in years I've actually taken serious in a long time. I love Mortal Kombat versus DC. I know a lot of people didn't, but I'm a huge DC fan, so any game I can play Batman and fuck people up in, I'm all for it. I love Mortal Kombat X as well, but I took a break and never invested time into Mortal Kombat 11. I actually kind of skipped that game as a whole. I did play a bit of it, and when I did play a little bit of it, did kind of, put my brothers up a little bit, you feel what I'm saying? People that did really invest time into it. I played it a bit leading up to Mortal Kombat 1 just to, try to get back into the fighting spirit and knock that rust off, right? So, first thing I want to talk about is graphics and gameplay, and the graphics in this game is amazing, man. The game really does look good and very detailed, running at 4K 60 frames per second. I played on the Series X, I had no problems. My homie played on the Series S, he had no problems. I've been cross-playing now that they added cross-play with some of the PlayStation friends of mine, and nobody seems to complain about the graphics. If anybody complains about anything, the graphics is definitely not one of them. So the game is a late Unreal Engine 4 game. When it first got announced, I was really hoping for Unreal Engine 5 Mortal Kombat just because I was, very invested in the UE5 hype, but the way UE5 has been very buggy and underwhelming this generation, I think they took the best route with using Unreal Engine 4. Every character and stage feel very detailed and well crafted. Sub-Zero is my favorite fighter and character, so I especially love his look, his feel, and his style in the game. The lighting and gore is very good as well. So when it comes to graphics, I absolutely have no complaints at all. The gameplay is some of the best in the Mortal Kombat ever, in my opinion. Every character feels good and easy to learn, even to a noob like myself. I feel like you can master anybody with enough practice, time, and online losses. Because, when you lose, you just want to get good, man. You get in there, you practice, and you overcome being trash, right? I love that they added cameos back into the game, which add a much more diversity to each match and allows for more ways to fight and mix up your style, and that's very dope. Kano, Frost, and Darius are among my favorites. I've won and lost plenty of matches, but even when I run into the cheesiest people, looking at you, Omni-Man, son of a... Anyway, I feel like I can always learn, adjust, and just, get good. Or move on to the next opponent like any sane person would do. And I also want to say, I mentioned Sub-Zero is my favorite character. And a lot of people I see online and when I watch, professional Mortal Kombat people, a lot of people say Sub-Zero is pretty weak and they don't like using him. So I just want to preface this review early before we get too deep into it. I just consider myself a casual fighter. Right, I'm gonna throw my stats up on the screen so people can see. I don't have hundreds and hundreds of hours into the game and thousands of matches. I get on casually. I love the story, which I'm going to talk about next, but I'm just a casual guy, so I don't look into who's meta and who's OP and who's not, right? I just pick whoever my favorite characters are, and I just learn them, and I just fight because I'm just a normal Mortal Kombat fan. This is no shade at anybody else, because, some people take this really serious. Like me personally, I take my shooter series, Apex Legends, been playing the finals, Overwatch, anything like that. I'm very competitive. But when it comes to Mortal Kombat and fighting games as a whole, I'm a very humble gamer. I know there's people out there better than me, but that's why I say, just get good, get in there, practice. I've been winning a fairly amount of matches online, even when I run into cheesy Omni-Mans that just keep fucking cheesing the same shit. When you learn, right, when you learn how to handle certain things, it's like you can adjust. So I don't feel like no character is really weak. I just feel like that's a weak mindset. Adjust, learn some things, and just, if it's not for you, then yeah, go to the next person, right? So, let's get back to the review. Next thing I want to talk about is the story in the new universe. And man, I love this story and how they handled it. Mortal Kombat has always been cooking with their stories. I don't think I played a bad story from them yet that I just straight up was like, yo, that was ass. From the cinematics to the cutscenes, they always nail it, man. The way they reset the universe felt fresh and different. And, it felt like a new era, which is what I believe they set out to do anyway. That's the whole point of resetting the universe, right? I love the new version of all my favorite characters, and Mortal Kombat continues to have some of the best stories in a fighting game, period. Every cutscene and set piece felt amazing, and I just wanted to keep going until the very end. The amount of content in this game is awesome. So let's talk about it. You have your classic modes, you know, like your tower, going up the tower fighting, and you got multiple towers this time. You know, so you got unlimited towers as well, which is also dope. You know, you got your online battles, you got your online rank, you got your online King of the Hill, which is very dope. I enjoy playing that with friends. The story mode, and that's plenty of content right there, but that's not all the content, right? Got a new addition, and it's called Invasions, which is arguably my new favorite mode because it adds such a chill, relaxing element to the game where you can just play offline and progress after the story mode. It's like its own specific story mode, if you will, right? You level up your fighter, you unlock new cool stuff just from playing the game. There's plenty of challenges as well, from time fights to boss fights to dodging incoming obstacles and objects. It's very fun and diverse, and it's a mode that can live on for a long time as long as they keep new content coming and keep it fresh. I always love how they handled the seasons as well. You basically earn coins from fighting and playing the game. Normally, you don't have to buy any microtransactions if you don't want to. And the in-game currency can be used to unlock new clothes, new cosmetics using the in-game currency. If I had one complaint, it would be that the new DLC characters you buy don't be having the new cosmetics and colorways from whatever the season is, right? So for example, I paid for Shang Tsung and the new Storm season, right? If that's, you know, I'm pronouncing it right. The current season, Shang Tsung has no colorways, right? He has no gear to be able to purchase with the in-game currency. And I feel like that's kind of stupid, right? That's kind of dumb. And I really hope they fix that, because it's the same way with Omni-Man and certain characters. I get like Omni-Man, he's an outside character, right? So, you know, for legal reasons, they might not want you changing his color and changing his gear. But for Shang Tsung and Quan Chi and Ermac, it makes no sense why I can't get these colorways from the season. It's like, yo, I just spent money and I can't even unlock, you know, the seasonal stuff for this character. I really don't like that, right? So with that being said, let's talk about some of the things I don't like about the game. You know, let's continue talking about some things I don't like, because no game is perfect. Even if I think it's a masterpiece, it can always be improved. I think Skyrim is a masterpiece. I think Fallout New Vegas is a masterpiece, but it is things in those games I would improve, right? So don't get my definition of a masterpiece improved. No game is perfect. I'm pretty sure when Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, it's going to be certain things. It might not be a lot of things we want them to improve, but it might be certain things that I can be like, you know, they could have did this better. So some of the things I don't like is cheesy online players, right? And that's any game. It's not just Mortal Kombat, it's Street Fighter, it's Tekken. You know, people who learn like some really cheesy moves and they just keep spamming the shit, and it really makes the online match not fun, to the point where you might just want to quit or just get to the next opponent that will play the game normally. I don't like that, but that's not really a reflection of the game. It's a reflection of the players, right? Some people might be like, hey, don't blame the game. I mean, don't blame the player, blame the game, right? But in this situation, I'm gonna straight up blame the players. That shit is very corny. You know, just spamming things. It kind of, especially when you have good competitive matches leading up to playing a cheesy player, and then when you get to that cheesy player, you're just dealing with bullshit. It's like, all right, that's kind of lame. I don't fuck with that, right? All right, and then the next thing I don't like is kind of the weird matchmaking. You know, maybe put me against people with similar stats. Like, you know, if a newbie come to the game and he's 20 wins and 25 losses, maybe put him against somebody who's in that same realm. I don't know if that would be considered skill-based matchmaking, and I'm actually absolutely against that in shooters and shit like that. But maybe in a game like this, you know, you don't want somebody who only played 40 games, right? And they lost, you know, 20 of, like over 20 of them, you know, and then you got to go against 1,000 win Ermac and 1,000 wins, and then he got like let's say 800 losses and 1,000 wins, you know, on somebody like Shang Tsung or somebody like Omni-Man. You know, it's like, well, goddamn, this guy got quadruple the amount of time and experience as me. So, you know, that's kind of like, I don't like that. Sometimes you can deal with spotty servers, online lag here and there as well. You know, sometimes the other person you're playing with might have a bad connection. Sometimes your connection might not be the best. So laggy matches is kind of annoying, but that's, like I said, I don't know how much of that you can blame on the game, more so than, you know, blaming on the other person's internet. Because when I do run into people that got good internet and I got good internet, I never lag. I have really smooth experiences. And then the last complaint I really have is the seasonal cosmetic can definitely be a hit or a miss, right? Like, you know, Sub-Zero, I feel like sometimes he don't get good cosmetics. Like this season of the Storm, I don't really like it. His 4,000 coin outfit, which is the most expensive, is kind of weak as fuck, to be honest. I don't really like it too much, but I buy him anyway because, you know, you just get those coins from playing the game. So it's like, why not just go buy as many outfits as you want, Even for people you don't like, after you get, the outfits for your favorite characters, you can just just keep spending the coins on people you don't like, because you never know. 2 years from now, I might be a Scorpion main, or I might be a Smoke main. I might switch it up and go learn somebody else. I like that. That's pretty dope. So the verdict, man, I pretty much love Mortal Kombat 1. I don't have too many complaints. Like I said, I absolutely love the stories. I really enjoy the invasions mode. Online can be very fun for casual matches if you're not running into a super sweat ball or a super cheesy person. But even when you do run into those sweaty people, I would recommend playing it, because iron sharpens iron. You can only get better, you can only learn, and you can really learn from getting your ass beat in games here and there, right? Nobody's gonna be perfect off rip, so get in that lab, learn some things, and just quote unquote get good. Yo, my gamer tag is JMarleyTV on Xbox, so if anybody ever want to catch this smoke from my Sub-Zero and get packed up, hey, get at me. It's been your boy Next Year Nero. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe if you made it this far to the end. Let me know in the comments if you love this game, if you hate it. It's all right to disagree. I have no problem with that. Let's just keep it respectful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.